Okay, so I bet you had a lot of practice with multiplying out determinants or finding the determinants by hand. I bet you're going to be super happy to learn that your TI can take care of these as well. So really good investment that we took with buying our TI. It's going to make our lives a little bit easier as long as the elements in our matrices are strictly just numbers. So what you've probably guessed is you just have to enter the matrix into your TI and then do matrix math on the matrix depending on what you need to do with it. And our matrix math will be dealing with finding the determinant. So I'm going to switch over real quick to our TI so you can see. Normally I'm referencing my paper, but I know you can't see me do that in my hand when you're watching me, but you need to do that so that we don't enter any of these matrices incorrectly. So let's switch over. Love taking out my TI. Okay, so I have some work from the previous example. I'll clear that out. And remember, we're going to go with entering our matrices in. So we can go with our new favorite key, second, X inverse. And if we would like to enter matrices in, we have to use the right arrow key to highlight the edit menu. And I just go with the first matrix that I see, which is matrix A. I'm already there. And it's no longer a 3 by 4. I believe part A is a 2 by 2. So notice we have to enter that in, press enter. And now it automatically goes to 2 by 2 dimensions. And then we'll enter our elements. And I know you've had practice doing this, but it's not bad to play along just to get a little more practice. So I have -6, and notice I'm using the negative key. Be really careful. I press enter, I move to the next column, -3. I press enter, it moves me to the second row, first column. I press 2, press enter, and it moves me to the second row, second column. So that's a 3. So just double check one more time. I'm always paranoid. Make sure, scan through the elements you just entered and make sure they match exactly like the original problem. So I see -6, -3, 2, and 3. Check, we are good. Okay, so let's exit out of this. That would be second mode, or to quit. So second, quit. And now the next thing we're going to do, we are still going to call up matrix menu, so we still want to press second, X inverse for the matrix menu. But this time we're going to press the right arrow key just once because we want to highlight the math menu. And you've probably guessed it already. Item number 1, DET, stands for determinant. So we're going to press enter. And then now we want to figure out what matrix would we like to take the determinant of. And you guessed it, it is matrix A. So let's find that. Let's call up the matrix, second, X inverse. We'll call up the name. That's item number 1. Don't have to move the right arrow key at all. It's already highlighted. I'm going to close the parenthesis because I like doing that. Are you ready? Press enter. And voila, you have your determinant. So it's a little bit faster. I don't know, sometimes I feel with the 2 by 2, I rather do them by hand. But this is a surefire way to make sure that you're accurate and not messing up with any signs. So if you notice from your past, you do have that same answer. Maybe you just look at the previous examples that you've worked with and it is in fact matching. So that's a good thing. But let's move on to the third 3 by 3 matrix that we have. Remember, that one took quite a bit of time. So let's go and edit this. This is part B. So I'm going to press second, X inverse. And again, I'm going to edit. But I would like, actually, I'm going to leave A in and I'm going to edit B. Kind of helps me, part A versus part B. It's up to you. You could always re-enter the A if you'd like. But this is a 3 by 3 matrix. So I'm going to press the dimensions to make sure that the matrix ends up being 3 rows by 3 columns. And what we'll do here is enter the elements that we have in part B. I think we had this in the previous examples as well, but I have 2. Press enter, 3, press enter, -1, press enter, making sure that you're using the negative key, 0, enter, 2, enter, 4, enter. And maybe if you don't want to press enter, you can use the arrow keys if that's something that you're interested in, or if that's easier on your type of calculator. -2, 5, and 6. So I feel pretty good. If you have a calculator where your matrix is off screen a little bit, you may want to use the arrow keys to double check that every element is entered in correctly. So I like to just kind of compare what I see on my paper. I have 2, 3, -1, 0, 2, 4, -2, 5, and 6. So I'm confident I've entered that in correctly. So second, quit. And we're going to do the same thing. How do we get the determinant to show up on the screen? What's our new favorite key for chapter 7? Second, X inverse. We're going to scroll over the arrow key, press it once to get the math menu. I meant once, there we go. And item number 1, determinant. But who are we finding the determinant of? You are right, matrix B. So let's call matrix B up with the name. It is a 3 by 3. You see that it's located with the dimensions. And we're going to press enter. And that, my friends, is very nice. Let's compare this back just so that we see. There's not really much work you could show when you're doing this on the TI, but I'd like to scroll back to the previous example just so that you can see. Let's find that. Aha, there we go. Let me see if I can copy my screen down. So you can see that we are in fact correct. If it will let me paste. Oh, it pasted in between the sheets. So let's see. See if I can move it so you can see. Oh, it's a little sensitive today. Okay. Well, I'll just keep it in the middle. But the determinant of A, notice it matches our example that we did by hand previously. We have -12. And the determinant of B, -44. Look at that. So if you're using your TI, there's really no work. All you're doing is writing out what the answer is. Let's write that 4 a little nicer. But if you're like me and you're saying, wait a second, you mean I can use my TI to calculate determinants? The answer is yes, unless the directions specifically tell you to write it out by hand and your instructor's looking for work. If they just want you to find a determinant, sometimes it's a lot nicer if you just use your TI, less likely of a chance to make a mistake, especially with the 3 by 3s. But again, I think I told you already, if I have a choice, a lot of times it's a lot faster for me to compute 2 by 2s by hand rather than enter the matrices, enter the matrix math. But you do what you like, whatever works better for you. But I just wanted to show you this nice little trick so that you can use this not only for this section, but some previous sections, or maybe it will be future sections, excuse me. So I hope this helps you out. I hope you have a nice shortcut now to find determinants. As long as you don't get your calculator taken away or the batteries don't run out, you are good to go. I'll see you in the next example.